everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
Welcome back to...
It's our Valentine's Day episode.
Where everyone dies.
That's what we all wore red.
We're wearing anti-val. We're gonna do anti-val.
Yeah, we're all very dark. Dark to that. You're rocking it.
I am Groot.
Oh, that's true.
I am Groot.
I am
Good for your
here to DM some Dungeons and Dragons. Who wants to do the recap of last week's happening?
You're doing much better than the rest
I'll
of us.
do it, but
I accidentally killed a child.
yeah.
Not well. That's we don't know if it was on purpose.
Accidentally, wasn't
It is
Alright.
pretty accidental.
Who's doing the recap for me? Come on, we gotta kill Joe's character before he gets here.
Okay,
Go, Mike. If I do this.
So Zephahim and Inda were talking about leaving for a little while. Zephahim decided he wanted to fight an Oxman. He fights Ushar. I believe that Zephahim won. Zephahim won?
No,
Ushar won.
It was very single, very one-sided.
And then Badi talks to an ox woman named Chyanira. Did I say that right?
Chyanira.
Chyanira. And
CH.
talks about wanting to get the valley back from the tieflings. Chyanira argues that it's a land of many creatures and not just ox people. And then Badi wants to destroy all of the Kaifens in order to destroy the Agaz. And then...
This is thorough, man.
This is very thorough.
And then a unicorn is going to fall at 50,646 joules from the sky onto the ground.
Did we decide?
And I killed a child and then ran away and became an old lady, man, infirm person.
You didn't ask me what gender. Ox, man.
Became an old ox person and ran away. And Badi's about to kill Zephahim.
Possibly.
Definitely. After letting everyone know
Stop
that Zephahim killed her children.
Oh, that's right.
Because that's important.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Great.
Good.
I'm extremely impressed.
Can I have a tennis
And
ball
you-
back again?
First of all, I didn't realize they were killing a child. I did pretty good.
That 100% convinces me that you did, in fact, pay attention last week, and then probably
Did on
do
purpose.
very well if you were
Did
a
on purpose.
child.
I did not know. I did
fucking
not
knew
know
it.
it was a kid.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I had the
She's
most
too
like
distracted
complete
by her,
full notes you've ever
Her
seen.
phone's alarm going off.
Oh, was that not so subtly?
All right.
Get
I'm
over my
gonna-
challenge.
All right. Hey, don't you bite at me.
There it is.
A little tiny creature.
Michael, how are you? I didn't see what.
Oh, she's literally stuck in my
You didn't hear
shoulder.
him talking?
There it is.
Lucas is behind you, so.
I know. He gets slapped by his chair.
All right. So Badi brings
I'm gonna need
Zephahim
that.
to negative 10 hit point. We're gonna go right into battle cam, guys.
Woo!
Which isn't as pretty as the normal
Oh, it's for
overlay.
every way. That's fine. I didn't sort
Hey,
this.
Matt, you didn't make a thing for the unicorn?
I don't have a unicorn mini. Ooh, this is gonna be a great angle for me when I do this. Just pointing it out. I don't. We're gonna use a beholder.
Ooh, yes.
Because while unicorns only have one little horn, this guy has lots of tentacles. Tentacles horn. So
Well, what? What would you do?
this is what we have. All right, we have Badi. Yeah, I can switch it with your mini. I just put it as a placeholder.
Placeholder.
Badi, who ran around Turok and Talius to
There.
attack and then push
Love it.
and then shove Zephahim away. Talius, not Talius. Tanaki, too many names, guys. Tanaki is flying 30 feet in the air after having just,
I'm in the unicorn.
well, just shot a column of flame down, and now there is a unicorn that is going to appear within 5 feet of him. What else is happening? What else is happening here?
I'm hidden in 10.
We have a bunch, all of the orcs which the cats and Kayla keep moving with their stuff, are around, but calmed by calm emotions.
But wait, where's the dead child though?
Oh,
Burning.
let's see.
We have a ghost thing over here we can use because
A ghost!
That wasn't a question.
I mean, or you just draw an
let's
X.
put a
You just draw an X,
dead child
draw an outline.
right there.
All right.
There's a spectral blue stag hovering over Zephanium as well.
Oh, I was gonna use an owl for that. I don't.
That works.
Wait.
Over Zephahim.
His healing thing. that he's on.
Oh, that's
Healing
right.
spirit.
That's the best I got.
That is pretty cool.
Oh, and calm motions would have ended as soon as I was harmed by anything, because I'm an ally to them. So it's over. Let's go.
Oh,
Yep.
so it ends.
As soon as I was
okay.
struck by an attack.
Michael's been looking. So.
Yep.
Okay.
He's been looking.
Then I need Tanaki roll a d12. Or 12 o'clock being directly in front of your mini.
Like
In front
For
of.
where your unicorn is, man.
1 o'clock.
It's a clock.
12 o'clock
to decide
is
where your
directly
unicorn's
around
going.
or
around?
What?
Like, is it vertical or horizontal?
Oh, he means
Okay.
that he's a.
Well, it's next to. It's next to.
1. Oh my god.
Okay, so it's gonna fall
No.
directly. Why don't you roll a Dex save?
I'm dead.
Team Money.
You ever have
If
a
I
horse,
call everybody Team Money,
you ever have a horse fall on you from 30 feet?
the unicorn is also going to roll a Dex save to see if
sorry.
it lands on its feet.
Hold on. I drive a horse in the room.
This is a magic horse, guys.
Comes away.
If a creature kills
3.
Okay.
Teague
You should
and
open 10 times to see how fat the horse is.
That means I've been killed by 2 animals.
creatures?
2 creatures.
Luckily, we talked about this quite a bit on our special review,
Please take
and we
those.
decided you were going to take 4d10 damage from a creature this size falling.
I thought it was
You guys
76.
figured that out.
Yeah.
I entirely disagree.
75
But-
D6.
You roll, you
That
fail,
should be
you are.
D12s.
Alright, so you want.
4d10 damage.
You're not rolling it, you're taking the damage when you're rolling.
That's gonna do that.
10, 8.
Oh, he's rolling it.
Come on.
Controlled by the
48.
DM.
It was only 16.
Oh, wait, you're doing
Yeah,
it?
so he's
Oh, my bad. That's it?
Ooh, I rolled pretty well.
40.
Woohoo! 30 points of damage.
Alright, I'm gonna use my reaction to reach out. When I see this fucking horse
That's not.
fall
That's
from the
permanent. Don't
ground,
write with that.
I'm gonna. And grandfather's arm extends and shields Helios from all
Wow.
of the forces.
Wait,
Okay.
what?
Okay.
What's
I'm using my
happening?
spirit shield,
Yeah, because that was big boy damage that just
and I'm gonna
happened.
reduce it by 7 points.
Nice.
So I take
23.
23. Okay.
That is big. That's a nice
It
thing.
is, yeah.
Yeah.
So grandfather just kind of.
You are also prone. Because a horse fell on you.
Horse, this horse ass right in your mouth.
How much damage did the unicorn take?
The unicorn falling 25 feet, I'm going to say 3d6. 2 to 3d6. I'll say it's over 20, so we'll take the 3d6. So the unicorn is going to take 9 points of damage. Sorry, I got too many things. This new setup, guys, I don't have as much table as I'm used to. Unicorn takes 9 points of damage. Which ain't gonna kill him because it's a unicorn. And its dex is +2. The unicorn also falls prone. I'm also now going to roll initiative, or sorry, I swear the battle will not be this straightforward and talk heavy. I guess it will be talk heavy because that's what this game is. But I'm just trying to get things set. Let me roll initiative. Nat 1, baby.
Wait, we're not going to get to see Michael strike down.
Technically a nat 1,
In
so
real life?
before Turok.
In real life?
Because you have the 2.
Strike down Joe in real life.
Okay. So the dead I can erase the dead child of the unicorn right in this place. Dead, bleeding out.
The child
Horribly
maintains
deformed.
its position in the initiative.
Okay. Okay. Are we ready, y'all?
As ready as I'll ever be.
Guess so.
First up,
I'm sorry, I wasn't gonna get a detailed description of what it looked like when a horse fell onto.
Hang on. Let me throw some word magic at y'all.
Yeah, thank you.
Stretch my vocal cords. Okay. So as this column of fire rains down, Badi being hit by it, but just barely glazing her as she comes around and takes a massive attack and a shove at Zephahim. And then suddenly, Badi, in her rage, can't help but look her up as she hears as this big, huge, shining white light of a horse falls straight towards Talius. Grandfather reaches out and pushes Talius out of the way just enough that he doesn't take the brunt of the damage for it, but still, as this unicorn falls to the ground, kicking and trying to find its footing, Talius pinned underneath.
Great.
What?
Sorry.
All right, with that,
All your characters do that exact thing.
That's
Talius is now up, and Inda is on deck.
I'm gonna try to get up.
Okay, you're gonna have to make an athletics or acrobatics to get from underneath this horse because you're pinned under a horse.
18.
Oh yeah,
21.
easy.
What?
Because you can take athletics or
Yeah, 14.
Acrobatics.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so you easily slide from under this thing and get to your feet. That was your action though to get from under the still prone horse.
No, I don't think I have another. Oh wait. I am going to use my action surge,
Yeah, sure.
and I'm going to take 2 swings with my great axe at Zephahim.
Okay, so you step up to Zephahim.
Oh,
Wow.
what is happening?
You were okay. That was a quick turn.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Okay, roll to attack.
9.
Does 9 hit?
no, I don't think so.
Okay. Take a swing, and he just confused by what's happening, but still able to sidestep.
That's so poetic.
10.
That's better.
No. Still not quite. One tiny hits of the unicorn.
Yeah, as
gotta-
Zephahim steps out of the way of one, uses shield to bat aside the second attack. Is that in your turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Inda is up. Zephahim's on deck.
Alright, so I'm walking. I'm walking. Are there any ox people like rushing that way, or what's going on around me? 'Cause-
So not yet, because you go before they do.
Okay.
Um,
But there's a bunch around, yeah?
Oh yeah. I think they're not paying too much attention to you at all. They're paying attention to the big pillar of fire that came from the center of their encampment.
I figured. I'm like, oh, okay. So as my action, as I'm moving, I'm going to speak into my ring, trying as hard as I can to target Bree, because you don't have to face her. I'm facing her backwards, hoping that she's there, and say, get the fuck out of here. I'm going this way. I'm going to say, like, describe the teepee that I went out and behind. It's like, I'm going back to the raft.
Okay. So you can't respond to that, can you?
Yes, you can. You can respond. Oh, you can respond to this message. There you go.
Oh, very important.
You went to the raft?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting the fuck out.
I'm not gonna respond now. Sorry.
Okay, sure. Okay, Zephahim is up.
How close am I to Body?
5 feet away.
Okay.
You were only
also
shoved.
get 2 points of healing.
Nice.
Yeah, you were only shoved 5 feet as she used her horns to shove you back. So, here, pencil. Oh, marker. That's right. You guys are heathens. Not using pencil while playing D&D.
But you just not waste paper.
You want the truth? Not here, and not if I am dead.
Do you do anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Do you want to use your action to roll a persuasion? Not that it really matters against PCs, but Michael might be Michael might like a high roll.
I have
Will to appease him.
21.
Oh.
Wow. Okay.
That's actually good.
Alright.
God was it?
Oh. I'm gonna roll. It's only a good. I was inside to see if I believed it, but I
Okay.
it was lower.
Okay. With that, it's the unicorn's turn.
Great.
Gore attack.
Oh.
I feel like it's too much metal. So.
Okay. So the unicorn just kicking gets onto its feet, looks around really quickly.
So spooky.
Takes a look in.
What does Matt do here?
Gore attack.
As the
Prismatic spray.
Good.
Prismatic spray.
Prismatic spray? No.
She's like, really?
It looks around at everything that's happening.
And runs away.
The only one it's seen attack so far since it's been here is you. So this will not affect you.
Oh.
But it's not going to take you because it thinks that you're the hostile one. But if Zephahim and or Turok and or Badi are willing, it is going to attempt to transport you all to safety.
I'm willing.
It's not four, it's only 3 willing creatures, so you'd be the one it doesn't take because it's
Can
so
I
attack.
hitch a ride without them knowing? Like by touching one of them? No.
Leave nobody behind.
Yeah, light it up. Let's go.
Like it telepathically
Oh my
tells like how.
God.
I guess I'm just wondering how I would know that it can do this. Is going to do this.
You
I
think you
can
feel
feel magic
the
magic
magic
pull.
pulling at you, and are you going to resist it, or are you going to let it happen?
No, I'm gonna go with it.
How many
Okay.
times
I'm gonna go with it.
You gotta say
Damn
no
it.
to the
Oh,
magic
I
unicorn
think
ride. I
that's
don't
Stressor.
Son of a bitch.
No, the eagle stays.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
It's his.
Isn't
It's
it?
his.
Is it concentrating on it?
It is a
Yeah,
concentration.
it won't go with them though. It'll disappear. Yeah,
Disappear.
it'll
Yeah.
Okay.
Talie's gonna be like, I killed them all. I'm so sorry.
Wait, how do you know I went that way?
I don't know. I had you guys going opposite directions
Why?
because you guys scattered, and then I made
Executive decision.
an executive decision. You guys are away from the battle
Well-
anyway.
Fuck me. Now everyone's going that way.
What do you mean everyone? Inda's going that way, and everyone
I'm
else
in unicorn land.
literally.
I told you where I'm going.
Having a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't get there very quickly.
You're very fast. You're a rogue.
All right.
Where?
With that, it is also the ox people's turn.
The collective option.
But I don't know that they know what the hell is going on or what to do.
You see a dead child and a crazy elf.
Here's the only thing that they may do. Roll a charisma check. Save, I guess. It would be a save.
Alright.
Sure.
17.
Yeah, so they're not going to fill you full of arrows randomly because they just really don't know what the hell is going on. I mean, you shooting a pillar of fire. I think they're just, but then everyone disappears and there was a horse. Yeah, I think combat's over.
Oh.
For now. I mean,
Okay, so who did not teleport?
It's just the
Two
first
less.
one.
You
I'm
two-
so now it's just
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
okay.
just gonna sit down.
2 barbarians.
So right now, I think we're out of combat, at least in this area.
Me.
So as you're running away, Bray.
No, I was hiding.
Oh, that's right. As you're hiding, you hear this pillar of fire, a few screams, and then all of a sudden, it's quiet.
I'm gonna cast Disguise Self.
Okay.
And I'm gonna look like a child for character routine.
Okay. So you're a child ox person. You also fill out to be much stockier, hairier,
And a marker.
slightly Wookiee-like.
And I'm going to go after Inda, because Inda informed me that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I'm coming. I look like you.
Okay.
Going with
You guys look like a tiefling?
Oh, you
right. I'm Nox.
Yeah, you see. So from flying above. Yeah, I spilled wine all the table. You know. I mean, grape juice. I spilled grape juice.
Grape juice. Drink here.
Grape juice is definitely going to take a finish off the table, so let's take care of that.
We don't drink on this stream.
Why?
Yes.
Anyway, continue.
Sorry.
Yeah, you just watch this. So everyone's like sitting there confused, and you watch this tiny little ox child just
I don't think
jogging out.
I'm smiling.
Okay.
Is it my turn? Is that what, or just like?
We're out of turn order. Well, we know you're continuing on.
Oh.
She about faced and started heading the way you're going.
I'm gonna fly down
Okay.
to the ground, grab Peleus, and say, "Listen, whatever they ask, a bad thing took them away."
Okay. I'm gonna sit there. After he finishes telling me that, I'm gonna take my great axe, flip it around, and then sit and wait, thinking that they might return.
Mhm.
And if they do, attempt to kill Body.
Good.
Okay.
I'm so confused
Yeah.
where your allegiances are right now.
I'm sorry, not Body.
Oh, okay.
I flipped it around.
Bolt.
Yes.
I am everyone's enemy. Okay, good. I'm gonna leave you guys there for half a second.
Please.
With everyone kind of like slowly walking up towards you. The rest of you appear a mile away. With a freaking magic horse. All of a sudden, this thing is on its feet and kind of like does a quick circle as you guys are looking around. All of a sudden now, off on a hill, quite a whiles away. You can of course still see the encampment, but you are pretty far from where you were before. Now outside the encampment.
Would you say that a minute has gone by?
No.
No, because the horse just appear if it did. Okay. I still
Well,
went around
I
for a
still
minute.
have sanctuary on them because it's not concentration.
What happened?
I don't know.
Where are we?
Have I seen a
Did you do
unicorn
this?
before? Have I ever seen a unicorn?
No, you have definitely
Okay.
never
How
seen it.
did you do this?
I have not. I'm assuming the horned horse did it.
Sausage did this.
Blah, blah, blah.
She wanted me to tell you the truth. It would seem.
I need
If not now.
Put your
I
weapon
think
down.
it needs to be now. Is there any truth to what she said? You murdered her children.
I will tell the tale. But put your weapon down first. I will do the same.
one at that.
Oh, I can't see anything. I'm still a bear.
Everyone
I'm
needs.
sorry.
Can I have everyone roll
You're gonna come like this.
I cannot be a bear anymore.
some sort of save. Charisma save.
Wait, everyone?
No, everyone that's
Oh.
on this scene.
Oh, you said everybody. So I was like, okay.
Yours is worse than mine somehow.
Uno.
8.
You got one
Negative
too?
4. A natural
Wow.
1
Wow,
for a negative
21.
4.
Okay, you pass it.
Christ.
But the other two, you're under the effect of calm emotions.
Calm emotions.
Calm emotions. Yeah. Yep.
Oh wow.
So you're feeling calm as this like big, beautiful, like flowing golden maned horse with this huge spike coming out of its head is like staring at you with those pretty all-knowing big old horse eyes.
I'll just shove my sword in the ground.
As a show of good faith, I'll also put my hammer on the ground.
And I think at that you see grandfather also behind you grab at his axe and bow his head and disappear as well.
Does concentration end when I was teleported with them, but I still have the healing spirit with me, near me, something?
I guess you would, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't, because it would go with you, right?
Yeah.
Any other spell, any other concentration spell would continue, so it would continue.
Which one of the two of them looks more injured to me?
Oh, I don't know. That would be.
I'm fucked up. I'm at 20.
Okay, I would send the stag over to
Sure.
Zep, and depending on how long this takes, it's another like 8 rounds
Yeah. Okay.
before it goes away.
Sure. As this horse is now kind of like looking around, this unicorn has no idea why it's here.
Are you still a bear?
No.
Okay.
20 more points,
Wow. Okay. That's no joke.
and then it disappears.
I don't know how much time you have to tell you the whole thing. But just know that I did not, in my heart, want to kill them. But I did. I did kill them.
You two are both hurt though, right?
I mean, I'm still hurt. Yeah.
Okay. As you're saying and talking this, the unicorn takes a few steps forward and like lowers its head towards you. The horn glows as it touches you on its shoulder and then stabs it through your neck. And it's gonna
This
use
will be your steed.
healing touch on you.
Both of us?
It is gonna do one to each, yeah.
What a nice unicorn.
It's fucking
Well, I
ridiculous.
mean that's kind of their thing.
He's a little bit.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, they're celestials,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
rather kind and nice. And hey, there's something I can help with. Let me do that. So you're gonna get, since you kind of already have some magical healing, you're gonna get 11 points of healing, and can do it 3 times, and it has enough rounds to do that. Another 10 points of healing on top of that. Body.
10 more.
Oh.
10 more. And then it goes over to Zephahim. That one doesn't count, but where did it go? So 12 points to Zephahim as well.
You healed for 20, right?
I'll reach out a hand towards it.
Yeah. And it walks over to you and kind of like, doesn't nuzzle as much, but like walks into your hand while still keeping eye contact with you. Bringing its face rather close to yours, staring at it. And it disappears.
That creature was not of this world.
I'll take my grandfather's skull off my head.
You're not calmed anymore once the creature disappears, but you know it's up to you if the Usas helped you become. Freaking unicorns.
I will tell you the whole story. All of it. But we need to help them escape first from your people.
I agree.
I swear to you, I will tell you the whole truth. When they arrive at the raft. I will tell everyone if you wish. They all should hear it.
Alright. I'm worried about what may happen now.
Will you be able to calm them down?
Don't know if we should worry about that as much as just leaving.
I'm worried about getting them out alive. I'm calming our people down. Will they stop their attack on your request?
I don't know, but my people are not all of one mind. I doubt they all will be doing anything together. You have to go.
Yes.
Back at the center of camp. I did some online getting stuff, like stuff organized, but I haven't actually printed out and put my binder together yet. What is
What, the old one?
Yeah.
Chimera.
Yeah, it was
Chimera?
Okay, yeah, as you guys are standing there and you're trying to convince Talius that of the way you're going to go about this, everyone's kind of walking closer and closer to you, and Chimera kind of bones rattling, is like pushing herself through some of the much bigger ox people. As she's looking around going, I don't remember what her voice was.
Old lady. But nice. But nice.
Yeah. What was that? What was that?
Some creature teleported them away.
You see, as you look, one of the other oxmen starts to take out his big, heavy bow, eyeing you big time, and she just takes her staff and, without even looking, whacks him in the hand, and it's like, ow! As she just continues to walk over towards you.
I'm gonna get up at that point.
What was that pillar of fire?
That was me.
I thought so. Are those... as your wings disappear. Or how long is it?
A minute.
A minute, that's what I thought, yeah. That's an interesting trick. Where did they go?
I don't know.
I don't know, the horse with a horn took them.
We should go find them.
Yeah.
And she yells out, like I think probably startling you guys. There's a dead child! Pure horse train.
This mic is
Flickering.
red.
Oh yeah.
If someone that's not in this scene wants to go and check out Twitch to see what it sounds like, to see if we can fix it, that'd be super. I don't know what's happened.
I think I'm
It looks fine on my end, but that is that's not cool.
Your team is your
I know, I can't.
Um,
I'm not very skinny.
who has done this?
We don't know.
And you hear others start saying, it was the little one! The small one that was with them.
She wouldn't have done that.
I saw it!
She's never killed anyone before. Changing my voice, yes. On purpose.
She's never killed anyone before!
I'm trying to confuse them, yeah.
Good, okay.
Want a,
Talk like Bunny.
finish.
Never killed anyone before. Oh, you guys are cute.
They're gonna kill each other.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's like Winnie Pooh.
I'm sorry.
Is that right?
She goes, someone must pay for the death of the child.
Pay with what?
I think it was the horse creature, like influencing. her.
Yells something, like not even listening to the dude. Yells something, in free speak, but you guys, neither of you speak it, correct?
Well, no, I
I have
still
30
have,
days of training.
I still have my. I had used what's that?
30 days. Tongues?
Yeah. Well, my
Or
Comprehend.
comprehend
language.
languages. When did you use it?
earlier.
It's 10 minutes.
And, yeah, it's still within
No,
that.
it's 1 hour.
Oh, it's an hour.
Yeah.
Oh. That.
I had used it during the fight.
Yeah.
At the end of the fight.
The fight or during the negotiation, the planning? I thought you used it during the planning, which would have been well over an hour. Then you guys did your shopping and everything else.
No, I've used it. I think I've used it twice. And marked it down, of course. So that's fine. It's gone.
Okay. And she's just looking around. Someone will pay for this. And she just falls to her knees.
I'm gonna turn to Tanaki. We can't run. You can tell them it was me, and you can run.
No.
Or we can point them in the other direction. But we'll never be able to see them again. Or I can stay as a payment. Just like
Shine Hair then starts crawling her way, literally crawling on the ground, low to the ground. No tears coming, almost like a stern look on her face, over to the child. It just almost like falls over its body. As she does, wildflowers, small but all of different colors, start just sprouting up around her and the child's body as vines start coming out of the ground to start like enwrapping her and the child very slowly, like creeping up along both the child and herself, with all these wildflowers starting to bloom all around as she just, again, strangely stoic, stern of face, as she's just there, not weeping over the child. Although you see people around, now that all of this craziness has ended, they start falling down around you, absolutely like wailing. Some just grown 7-foot-tall men just falling on their back, clutching their chest. They are like in the full throes of mourning around you, as more and more are coming and just gaping at what happened.
And bring everyone back at midnight. No! Or we won't die.
We're not gonna die.
I'm going to die.
No wonder you're stuck in that camp.
We couldn't miss out.
You did this very well.
I'll start walking
Where is
toward
it?
her.
Oh, I was gonna say, like,
Okay.
take him and start backing away to see if anyone stops us.
So you start walking forward as he starts.
Come on.
I'll let it happen, like walking backwards with him. But at the first sign of them coming at us, I'm gonna break away and go toward them.
I think that no one comes towards you from the front, but as you are backing away, others noticing you doing that, like moving, as everyone else is moving away, kind of like form together and just start walking towards you until like to the point where they walk into you and then just keep going now, like this solid wall of ox people.
Oh, behind us.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like you walked into them, then you're like, oh well, I guess I'm going this way now.
Oh,
Okay. Oh no. This is it. This is where it ends.
And as people are screaming and wailing and falling to the ground around, those that aren't are just walking closer and closer and closing in on this child.
do I feel like she's doing any type of ritual that would let her see who did it?
Roll on a con check.
That's nice. 19.
Doesn't seem to be.
Okay.
There's actually nothing happening. Like, she's not doing any verbal, somatic. She's doing no normal components of a spell that you would expect to see for spell casting. There's just these flowers that go, and it's forming not a super wide circle around her, but thick as they keep popping up. And these slow-moving vines just start enclosing around the child and herself. Just little by little by little. Pretty soon, with this wall of people just enclosing around, you are towards the center. You're actually mixed in with all the ox people. You're towards the front, but you're not right front and center of the scene of this child's death.
So are they like surrounding us as if we did something, or are they just surrounding, like they're just coming to see?
So they were coming, but see you guys back up, you think a couple of them kind of like stepped together and were like, yeah, no, they're not going that way. You know, kind of. They're not being super forceful, but just like, this is the way the mosh pit is moving, guys. It's the way it's going. And that's where you find yourself, is just, again, around you, looking left and right. You just hear like people like breaking out and crying. Other people looking angry or stern or just surprised. It's like the full range of emotion.
I'm going to look in that direction.
Okay.
And I have my holy symbol as my ring.
Sure.
Just kind of holding it like up to my mouth.
Yep.
And casting a message to Bree.
Sure.
And being like, where are you going?
Can I answer that?
Yeah.
Oh, to the raft.
Is that in range?
120 feet.
Yeah, probably. We're playing a little fast and loose. It's
I
good.
mean, you guys only had 2 rounds of movement, so you couldn't possibly more than that far.
Oh, really? Only 2 rounds?
Or, I mean, 2 or 3, right?
Because it disappeared. I've been going since like
You're
round one.
further away though.
He has a much
Yeah, she
head
had to
start
come
on
from
it.
the opposite direction
Yeah.
too. So
Okay.
So you are much
probably
further
speak to
than her.
Brie.
Oh yeah, she had to come from far all.
And I still have a little.
Yeah, you saw the little. Yeah.
I'm not smiling. I am not pleased.
Then I saw the fearful little.
I'm actually
thing.
crying.
Like, oh my god.
Yeah, like that.
Lucas,
I saw
leave.
that. Yeah.
Where are you going?
She said the
I
raft.
said the raft.
From you.
Just go with it. We don't have a choice.
Are you sacrificing
How did we
yourself to
decide
the place now?
Prakarkriti do their funerals? By fire, right?
Yeah, burn.
That's what we set up.
Yeah, I had them. I had
Burn them all.
I kind of like they did like a water fire, like a Viking funeral style, like a.
Yeah, I mean, so when we did in the session 0, it's not on. Sorry, not available on YouTube. But we did it. It was Nana Babu's funeral. It was a pyre, but it was right next to the river, right on the river. Yeah. So that totally makes sense. Unless it was probably a big battle, then it's like yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then you guys are kind of in that situation. Nothing else seems to be happening. Decidedly, Alnahookos is nowhere to be seen. It's not like
With the fact that you're not eating, sitting on the table.
You just knocked that camera.
sorry.
Yeah, the camera's.
I'm trying to remember how aggravated it was.
We got some cats being cats.
Cats.
Just gonna kind of participate a bit.
Yeah,
Sit, kneel,
do what they're doing.
and pretend I'm sad.
Roll a performance check.
I was a kid. You could actually do that.
I'm gonna use Tides of Chaos to give myself advantage on this.
Good for it.
This is important.
So the next day you surge when you cast a spell.
That
Is
is
it
correct. Performance, that's a 21.
10. Okay.
And my axes, I don't have it with me.
10 rolls a
That
21.
fit in the
Sure.
grapple, so.
Yeah, I think you're sitting there, like,
Also feeling
it's just so sad. It's just so sad. And next to you, Tanaki's. And you're like, wow.
Although I'm actually sad for the kid,
Right.
I'm nervous about what's happening, so it
Right.
doesn't come off as.
And I can also say you're probably a very reserved person, right? You're like the high elf from the university, like probably taught to be rather reserved. Whereas everyone around you is like falling over themselves to just pour out their grief in this moment. Okay. What are the rest of you doing from outside the
Trying to get back.
How far away are we?
mile?
A mile?
A mile.
So it takes like
5,000,
20 minutes to get there if we're running.
Yeah.
5,000.
Decidedly, it can.
Are we close to the river? What direction are we?
Ooh.
opposite side of the river.
Roll a d12, with 12 being towards the river.
5.
So no. So you went.
Further away.
So we're not going to run into them heading back to the game. We're in
Not
the opposite direction.
yeah.
From
I mean, I guess we're just walking then.
Or are we running? Because you said we needed to hurry.
You gotta go past the camp.
Yeah, we're Lord of the Rings running, like they do with that.
Yeah. You're montaging. Okay.
So they-
Like a run you couldn't keep up across a long distance, but we're doing it anyway because you're running for 3
It's just a mile.
I mean,
If it's
shot you in the
adrenaline,
mountains.
If
Oh.
it's just a mile, that would take what, like 7 minutes?
you are very
We're
much.
pretty fit.
Yeah.
You're very much overestimating this table. Maybe not the characters, but this table. Let me tell you. 7-minute mile.
Well, I can't run a 7-minute mile, but my plus
Turok probably
my plus
runs
7
that.
athletics
Yeah,
probably
that's
can.
I did a 31-minute mile today.
That'd be good for me. Might be more like 4 because I have to stop for 10 minutes and eat a sandwich.
What do you roll? You stop, sit down, and breathe for 10 minutes, and then keep moving?
Yeah, you stop, get a hot dog. Be up with you, man.
benefits.
That's my kind of. Yeah, you go to the front, grab a couple Tootsie Rolls, you go back to this treadmill.
31 miles.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry.
this is why D&D's fun, though.
Yeah, but I guess it wouldn't take that long, though.
Yeah, not super long. Yeah. So you're heading
Probably
back
10,
towards the
12
camp
minutes.
directly?
You me?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Going fast.
So you guys find your way, to the outskirts of the camp, and then moving through as you start getting towards the center, closer and closer, you find the scene, right? People just on the ground wailing, helping each other, consoling each other, and then crying themselves. And as you move closer and closer to the center, Badi, you know exactly what they're surrounding. And I'm sure the rest of you do too. You were all there, right? As they're just all there wailing and crying. You do not see any of your companions in this herd of oxmen standing around the scene. But there's like a shoulder to shoulder, like people grabbing onto each other, just like a herd.
Do I recognize? Can I see Chanhira?
No, there's no, because she is on the ground in the middle of a bunch of really thick 7-foot tall people.
So do I see any of the plants and the blooms and everything? Okay.
No, you don't. You wouldn't at this point. You'd have to either wait till this disperses, which is probably starting to at least a little bit. As you're walking more and more, you start hearing people, mostly in free speak, but some people in common saying, in common it would be, someone will pay for this, someone will pay for this, which probably has you guys shitting bricks a little bit. In free speak though, it's, you would know that someone will pay for this, it's someone will bear the consequence of this. And they're not talking about punishing someone. They mean if a child died, whoever their sires were will also pay that price. Because that's just the way it works. So it's more like who, not only is this child that a lot of us probably didn't know, probably that didn't fully become a person, so we may not have paid too much attention to, die, but now one of our herd is going to die too. Probably both.
I was kind of like fail to protect those who die.
That is, it's part of their mythos. Yeah, whatever is done onto a child will be done onto its parents.
Ooh.
So
How come
if it
that's
ever
happening?
breaks up enough where I can see this overwhelming display of nature on there, I would go and get as close as I could to join.
Yeah, and I think as they start to disperse a little bit, not like going off really, but not quite staying in that herd. They're just breaking away, going over, getting water for people that are like gasping and panting from sobbing. You start to see this, and as you go over, now both this woman you met the day before and this child's body are entwined in these vines that have grown over them from the ground, with all these wildfires sprouting also out of the vines now, right? So it's this like 5-foot amorphous semi-spherical shape of just these beautiful tiny little wild blooms of blues and reds and yellows all over these green leaves and vines.
Can I get close enough to touch the vines?
Sure. Yeah, I think with that you kind of start moving your way through. You see your friends over here. One of them standing up and wiping true tears from his eyes, although probably feeling a bit reassured to see you, but maybe even more like, oh shit, is stuff gonna go down again? And your other friend just on the ground, absolutely grabbing at his gut and sobbing. Something you haven't seen from this particular individual very much. And you walk over and you kind of kneel down and you reach out and touch these vines that are still growing.
Turok would say a prayer in Druidic, say a prayer to Kirtakrut for this child, and use Druidcraft to have some very small white flowers kind of join in, like white blossoms join in.
Yeah, so white blossoms then start to sprout up and around. At that, Chanhira, as she like raises her head, and it actually breaks some of the vines because they had grown so much around her. And she looks at you, stern-faced, angry, but streaked with tears, down, with her arms just thrown around, and kind of just nods to you.
Did I see him?
Yeah, through your panting sobs.
I messaged him. I said the creature that took you away was bad. Just so they know.
Sure.
That's why I was praying.
Yeah, sure. She looking at you, I think, because you're the one that's there. No one else approached her specifically. She nods with the clinking of all of the small bone jewelry that she has around here. Someone would pay for this. Today. Tonight. We must have a funeral for the child. And just doesn't say it, like just staring off.
She says that in common.
Yes. Yeah, because I don't think she would know that you speak free speak.
Right.
And she was speaking to you. Yeah.
Did I seem to notice if she responded if she knew what I was saying in Druidic by any chance?
What she did, yeah, she
Okay.
showed recognition, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah,
So-
you take that. That's what she was druid crafting, just over time as she's sitting there to make this happen.
So in Druidic back, Torah would say to her that he mourns the loss of any life, especially the one that's young, and that anything I can do to help ease the suffering or to prepare the spirit, I would do. Help bless if anything.
Just still staring off into space, she just says, "We have our ways still in common. It will be done." And she like slowly then starts to stand, moving away, covered in the child's blood, her whole front. Vines snapping as she just pulls herself up. She grabs her stick and just starts walking away, and two of the other adult ox people walk over and start having to pull these vines off of the body so that they can then pick up the child's body and carry it away. And this is where you all find yourselves, except for Inda and Badi, who I think have met up. And Bree, who I think have met up outside of camp and are just like, "You good? Yeah, I'm good." And you guys start heading right out towards the river.
So we're walking as to a precarious retreat.
Yep.
So I would say we're a reasonable distance away at this point. Why did you do that?
I just reacted. I saw him attack you.
You don't even like me. Why'd you do that?
It was like a knee-jerk reaction to just protect whatever I have around me from harm.
Interesting. I look over it and are there any trees? Just plain, right?
There are some trees. They're all very, those kind of like very skinny, rather
High grass or
small
no?
ones. You're probably heading towards high grass, but being around this giant herd, most of it has probably been trampled at this point in the immediate vicinity. But as you move outward away from the encampment, yes, you will be getting towards high grass.
When we get in, say like we're approaching the tall grass, and I go into grass or duck in, and I disguise myself again. I come out as a human man, sort of nondescript, kind of looking some of those travelers that would just pass along the road.
Like one of the walkers on the
Yeah,
line.
no shoes, sort of dark skin. Just I see just changing.
I can't.
can't. What do you mean you can't? You did it once.
I don't think I can again.
Hold on. I reach in my bag and I take out one of my disguises, my beggar disguise.
Sure.
Say, put this on yourself.
So I guess, can I drop disguise self?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll
Go
drop.
in, just in case, go in there.
Okay. So I'll drop my disguise self and put on the beggar clothes.
What does that look like?
It's like a big, like almost like burlap, like the cloak. But it's sort of
Potato
deal.
sack. Go into this potato sack, roll it up a few times so it kind of fits. It's pretty baggy, but it'll make do.
I'm a potato.
You're in a potato disguise.
We gotta make it back to the raft. We'll wait as long as we can. Hopefully some of them can make it back.
I do have a question.
Sure.
What did you do to provoke the child?
I didn't do anything. I stood there.
Then why did he attack you?
I don't know.
Do I believe that?
You can roll an insight. You can roll deception
Wait.
or persuasion. Yeah, this is kind of your thing.
I'm using ear for deceit.
So what does that do? Give you advantage?
It means that anything that I roll that's lower than a 7 is automatically an 8.
Okay.
Sure.
I rolled an 8. Good for me. 14.
21.
Ooh. Can't believe him.
Yeah. Hard man to read.
Everyone who it's literally the person, the
I
lie
don't-
detector versus a liar.
Yeah.
the two of you.
Don't. It's a child. I don't really associate with ox children. I don't know why he would recognize me.
I just thought it was weird that a child attacked you unprovoked. I guess others could argue that it was weird that I killed a child on accident. But
Provoked.
here we are.
Anyway.
I failed to protect people that I care about in the past, and I swore I'd never do that again.
Well, you made an effort and I appreciate it.
I hope that I don't get anybody else killed in the process.
We'll tell about it. And then continue walking toward the direction of the raft.
Sure. I just beer pushed that much longer. Okay, what are the rest of you doing? As you're kind of now, things are dispersing, but definitely still people there. The child's body has been taken away, but certainly there's still a pool of blood and trampled flowers where it once lay.
I would start walking slowly in the direction of the river,
Okay.
but not like obviously.
Yeah. Yeah, not like beelining, but just kind of
Right.
moving
Just-
that way.
Hoping that they might follow.
Okay. Yeah, so you just start taking off, kind of looking around to see if they're following, but you're going. Okay.
I would go back over to Tanaki and Telius, saying, "What are the other two?
Who?
Inda and Bree."
Haven't seen them. We thought they took off when the fighting started.
You know where they went.
Where's the raft?
Oh, blown up a spot.
And I look over at.
You responded to me.
I did.
Do I notice Zephine walking back towards the
Yeah,
general direction
yeah.
too?
We'll walk over like
Should
I'm gonna
we-
get some
Should we
road,
join them?
and then
None to be had. Actually, only water. Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah. They are decidedly
No,
night partiers
sorry.
here. They get a lot of work done during the day. Probably one of the. I don't know if it's good or bad that they were sober when this happened, but.
I guess I would ask Buddy, will you stay for the funeral?
Yes.
You two good? Like, go start killing each other again?
No.
Good. Good.
Would you like to stay with your people only? Shall we stay with you, or would you like to be alone?
Do whatever you feel.
What's everyone doing?
Go
towards the raft.
Okay.
So you're gonna stay.
Okay.
I'd stay.
Okay. So you guys are gonna stay to do the funeral for Trials? Okay. So that's 3 staying. The other 4 of you, I think, meet up some while later at the point where you have left your raft. I think over the course of the month that you've been away from it, you've probably gone back a couple times to check on it, make sure it's in good repair, and it's the worst. Yeah.
Make repairs, remud the bottom.
Yeah,
etc.
yeah. Make sure it's still good. Make sure it's a little bit out of sight, so that it doesn't get taken or destroyed or picked for lumber or anything. So, yeah, you slowly all make your way back there. There's a cat on it, but it runs away really quick.
You shot the child.
I was protecting us. I didn't know it was a child. I just saw the axe and reacted, and I'm sorry that I killed a child, but I'm not sorry that I protected us.
Alright. What do you know about this story with the kid dying?
Are
Both
you
of you?
asking me?
Any of you?
I don't know anything.
This is a problem
It is not
over and
this.
over again.
It is not a story.
Something happened, I was not there for it. That's all I know.
It's the reason Buddy almost killed Bairn. And it come up again.
I think that somebody's not telling us the truth. I swear I'm telling the truth.
There are bigger problems going on.
Where are Buddy and Talius?
They're at the staying for the funeral.
With Taraka, I assume, too.
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot make anybody go back. But I cannot leave until I tell Buddy what I need to tell her.
I don't think it's safe for me to go back.
Don't.
No. They
You
saw
don't
you.
need to go back. I just said this.
I know you did. I'm saying I'm not going back.
Good. Stay with the raft. We will be back after this funeral is over. Guard the raft. It is not safe for you to come back either.
No, I wasn't planning on it. Zahim.
I gotta say, for times my magic to do things that I don't have under my control, that was probably the best thing that could have possibly happened.
Ten, you should stay here too.
I'm not going anywhere.
That fire, they may have more questions for you.
Yeah. Well, they think that the horse was bad.
They did not think this. The fool would think that. Is Turok with us?
No.
Okay.
Of Turok, Talius, and Bondi remained.
I will go back. If we are not back in 2 days, leave.
2 days.
2 days, yes. Can you live for 2 days without us?
2 days of sunrise
I lived longer than that by myself.
till sunset.
They will not wait for this funeral.
No, they said there would be consequences tonight.
Then so be it. 2 days. If we are not back, take the raft and go where you will. Don't wait for anybody else.
Fine.
I'd start walking back to the camp.
Okay. With that, it's a little early, but I think that's probably a good break point. 8:05. We'll be back. 10-minute break, guys. We'll be back at 8:15. Comment to have our part of our giveaway. We're giving away an airmailed high five. I will seal it up, send it right to you. You can high five it by make sure you do it as soon as you open the envelope. Otherwise, it'll fly away and you'll miss it.
U.S. and Canada only.
U.S. and Canada only, excluding Quebec.
What's the code word?
The code word is please,
unicorn.
Please chat with us. We'd love to.
Follow.
Unicorn. Follow us.
The code word is follow.
We're selling out. Sorry. It's gonna break.
Cordovez.
806. We'll be back at 16.
Fuck.
Crouching on my chair.
You better hope I don't die before you.
We don't need it.
I have to look
We
forward
don't
to
need a battle cam at this point. It's just trying to look down Kayla's shirt.
Yes.
We didn't take
Alright.
into the micro 30 break.
He said they listened to it. It's not fun. I'm happy with it.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
What?
why is it doing that?
I don't know.
So desire.
The lights mean nothing.
Go with that. Big flashing red light on the microphone.
It means nothing.
Oh, it's fine.
If you can't hear us, let us know in
If you
chat.
can't hear us, yes, please chat at us at twitch.you'rewatchingitcurrently.com.
Especially you, Anran.
And Ren.
He's watching.
Huh? Usually is. It's
On
on in the background.
Modern,
whatever.
They'll usually say something.
You know who you are.
Anya.
Can I find Lugos?
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be able to find Ukos. Great. She's still in her tent where you met with her earlier. I think when you walk in, she's actually alone in that tent, looking over the map that you had drawn. Thinking to herself, and as you walk in, she looks up and sees you. Looks back down. Adi. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, okay.
Nice cat.
Nice cat.
He is my dinner.
Lugos, I need to talk to you about the plan.
Yes. What do you want to say?
After much thought, I feel as if we should reconsider.
Reconsider.
Yes.
This is very distracting. I
love you so much.
So you can't just hand them to me anymore.
oh no, I know. Oh my god. Yeah, I love you.
I'll rip your nipple off.
He's trying, actually digging at the jugular. Reconsider. We met with the whole. We are attacking. We are tearing down their towers.
Oh, yes. We are. Still, yes.
Which piece should we reconsider that? You said we would get allies up north. We will sweep through that.
And drive them right towards the village. We cannot protect it. We cannot fight on two fronts. Instead, I think we should cross as we always have, with the rafts in the south, and strike at Delvaz.
This was the original plan. Why the change of heart? Why the change in tactic?
There's too much unknown to us in the north. Shanier is not herself, as grandfather used to say. We don't know how we would cross, and there are things in the water.
Things in the water.
Yes. I have seen creatures swimming. Winged creatures below.
They say there are many reasons we cross the river where we do. The Iraq do not like to cross. It will be difficult to convince them.
I fear that if we attacked in the north, our people would be slaughtered in the south. And I cannot have that on my conscience. But if we attack from the south, we will have the ability to practice, to learn how to penetrate their defenses in the smaller settlements before attacking Chalnagar.
When I was a calf, I walked out of the village and I went north by myself. I was too young to do it, but I did not care. And I looked upon that white tower with the Bear Lord. So. And I said, why would you make such a thing? And then I decided they made it so that I could knock it over. Dalbaz has killed our people for years. Here and there, never a slaughter. Just a nagging of death. And they kill children and old women. Body.
Yes, Alnahookos.
The child was not the worst thing they killed that day. They killed a witch. Do you know what that releases into the world? Witch magic. Wild and uncontrolled.
The storm. The rain.
The storm was Nana Babu's weeping. And every time it rains now, I think it is her again. Nana Babu, she never said what she meant. She never told you. In life, I did not know what she wanted of me. In death, she came to me after death. Twice. The first was before I took the other herd. And she laughed at me. As I prepared for battle, she came and laughed.
And the second.
An hour ago when a child died. And she looked at me. But she didn't laugh. I don't know which one was more terrible.
I have seen her too.
You saw Babu.
Yes. Just once.
What happened?
I was about to take the head of a dwarf that I thought responsible for her death. And she appeared behind him, laughing at me, as she did so many times in life. He's dead now.
I always think Nana Babu knows more. And she could not say it. She did not have the words. Or we could not hear her words. Another child died today.
Yes.
And they think someone will die tonight to pay a price. You know what that means. They think it will happen. Someone will die tonight. 2 deaths in my hand. And then what do? Say, now, slowly, little by little, move across the river. Move across and wait for the others before you attack. How do I keep them together and not have them run off one at a time to break across that fucking white tower?
Why did we build the village?
We need the village.
It goes against everything we believe in. Yet it stands as a monument to our hypocrisy.
Buddy. When our people were young, we were all free. The whole world was free. And we trampled the earth beneath our feet, always moving. It stirred things up. It shook the ground. To quiet the earth, we needed to stop moving just a little. So the old and the young and those who are tired now have a place to go, so that we have stopped just enough so that the earth quiets. We need the village.
And yet, now it is our weakness.
There are worse things than towers.
All the tribe has the village power. It is where our old dwell, where our young dwell. It is what unites us as a herd.
Most tribes do not have old. Most tribes lose more young than we do.
This is where the wisdom of the elders is passed to the young. It is where I learned from your grandfather in Apollo. If we let it be destroyed, we lose our heart. This is what you can say to them. We fight for its defense.
Who will teach the young ones now? I am getting older, buddy. Not so old as you, but for a leader, I've been doing this a long time.
Yes.
I will not live to be as old as you, buddy. And when I go into combat, they just won't kill me. They can't. I'm too fucking strong.
Yes. Now his grandfather has spoken to me many times since he died. He is in Sylvaticus. The promise of that place is alive. No matter when you go there, it is waiting for you.
One insight check.
Nice.
Okay. She gets a weird look on her face that you don't know what to make of. She says, "We will tear down the tower in Almas.
Protect the village.
It will be starting point.
I will not tell anyone this. I will let the rest of them believe that Chelnagar is still our starting place. They will tell whoever they may, and the tieflings will be misinformed. It will cover our true plan of attack and give us the element of surprise.
It will be difficult to keep them quiet in the village. But it's the rainy season. I mean, what the hell? You can't go that far. You get soaked.
I must end the funeral.
Shed tears for me, buddy.
I will. I'll leave.
A little later in the day, as they're getting ready for the funeral, have a procession go out and do that. I think the three of you that had stayed back in the encampment are together and meet up. And you're quickly found by Zefahim, who it seems has returned back to camp.
Did not expect to find you back.
I'm afraid that if I did not come back, I would not be able to tell you what I need.
So eager now, after you waited so long.
Eager is not the word. I have call it a pain. It does not please me to keep this secret, but it was necessary.
I don't think we should speak of it here.
No. No, I should not.
As far as I am concerned, the child was killed by Bree, defending Inda, who killed Ilalo. If anyone asks, that is your story. We're going to hunt them down and kill them.
I had the same thought.
I do not say anything unless anyone asks in your quest.
You all walk together with a large procession of oxmen. Some dozens, maybe 100 of them go out, though not by far the bulk. They go towards the river, but a bit further south than you know, where you keep your raft. They walk together, taking turns, because it is a bit of a walk, carrying the wooden boards that they have layered underneath the child. The boards slicking the arms of those that drive them, as you know they are covered in pitch. Eventually you make it to the river, and you lay down. It sits in the water. The water starting to rise higher, starting to come further out as the rain seasons have begun, but not tonight. There's no rain tonight. Clear sky as they walk in the water themselves, pushing it out. The elder, Chanhira, stands about knee deep in the water, staring at the sky and calling to Prakir to crew in free speak over and over at the top of her lungs, repeating phrases, going off on tangents. There's no specific prayer to what she says. She's just beseeching, she's just grieving, she's just wailing. As you hear as underneath where the child is lights and is pushed off, you watch it bob as the flames very quickly catch dried grass, twigs, the wood itself, the child, as within 2 minutes, it has barely floated away, and it is this roaring fire. You all look around. Some cry. Some fall on the ground and hold themselves. Others just stand there, watching. One woman, you notice her because she's looking at the sky but not looking towards the child. She's looking up towards the moon and just standing there. It looks almost peaceful in this moment. And it's not till she moves you notice the knife in her hand. As she stabs out her own throat, blood starts to pool in front of her as she falls to her knees and just starts convulsing, falling over as other people gasp, kind of move and turn towards her. You hear whispers in common and in free speak around, saying, "She paid the price. She paid the price." That was the mother. All in all, it's not a funeral that makes you feel better when it's over, so much as you feel better that it's over. The mother's body is pushed into the water and allowed to float down. And then the herd starts to split up. Some lingering a bit longer than others to watch, others quickly turning and heading back towards the rest. As the child very slowly continues on down the river, the fire starting to peter out as what was there burns up. That is all. Where do you all go after the funeral?
Is there a small pebble, like a river pebble?
Sure, absolutely.
And then we just grab one, put it in a pouch, I have it around my neck. That's all we do. I would turn to Buddy, who's gonna follow her lead.
Raft should be nearby.
Doesn't no boss expect you to stay?
No. I will always be part of the herd, but she does not control where I go. I do not control where anyone goes. We are free people. We go where we wish.
Do you wish to go back to the raft?
For now. Yes.
Then we shall.
So, over a month after you last set voyage on the Sean Hero, you find your way all together back to the raft. The rest of you that stayed back, I think, having cleared it off, whatever brush or things you threw, done some last minute repairs, it does indeed look as good as ever. There you are. It is now nighttime though, so if you are going to be heading off immediately, you will be heading into night. So it is up to you what you would like to do.
Well, I think it'd be a little something if Buddy just walked up and the last time I saw Buddy, she was about to murder everybody, so there's going to be a little something here, honestly.
I'm assuming we're walking slower, we're not at a running pace back to the raft this time.
I will back. I think I'm thinking about Baron as I look at the river.
See, spectral hand. Wait.
Yeah,
alligator that bitch out. Come swim, buddy.
We all look.
A hand, and then 3 more hands. Well, just
A bold face.
Yeah, I'll walk up to the raft and sit down on it.
okay.
How was the funeral?
It was a funeral. There were 2 lives lost today. The child and the mother. It is their custom.
Mention that.
And Turok looks at Bree.
Oh, I'm not. I am
Doing that.
not near the raft and everybody who's back. I'm like moderately fucked off a little bit into the surrounding area.
I would take my armor off.
You're back.
Put my weapon down.
Glad you made it back. All of you. Hello, buddy. Is everything okay?
No. But for now, I think we should rest.
That's probably a good idea.
Are you not concerned to hear this tale now?
What tale?
The tale of how Zephyr murdered children.
Oh.
And then I look at Zephyr and I say, I for one am greatly intrigued.
I will tell this. Now if you wish, or in the morning. I will not leave. Where is Bree?
Can I see where
Moderately
Bree is?
fucked off somewhere.
What does moderately fucked off mean? Like, are you up in the wilderness by yourself? We should start rolling to see if an encounter comes at you.
What
Or
kind of like are there like trees, grass, anything like
yeah, small trees, the small skinny trees, spread out, palms.
I would say I'm just kind of like sitting by myself off in the brush, partially out of sadness and partially because I'm pretty fucking afraid of body.
Sure.
Can we see you though? Is it like
I mean, I'm trying to not be seen, but still be able to see you.
So can I?
You
check
can
to
roll
see her?
a stealth at disadvantage because I don't think you're actively trying to hide. I think you're just trying to find a spot that's in, and you can roll perception as you look around for her.
15.
Of course, I rolled a 15, but that was my good roll. 12.
Yeah, so you see Bree kind of
So-
off on her own.
When they ask where Bree is, I'm gonna start. I don't have my thing, but I'm gonna start motioning like I'm gonna throw something, and all of a sudden, as I start to throw, my axe comes back, and I throw it, not to hit her, but to her direction.
Oh, so like what I should have been a. Oh, okay. Yep.
Probably 10 feet away from you as the axe sticks into the muddy ground.
No need to hide.
What?
I was saying we were looking for her, right? She's there.
So obviously scaring the piss out of me is the way to.
Never look for me, Tony. That's all I'm gonna say.
If you would have rolled a natural 1, you would have killed me. I'm just saying. Okay.
Remember, I was in the
Blow a
wall
hole in the
with
ground
Tony,
with a shotgun.
and he just started
There
taking
you are.
grenades and just toss them, going, "Where's that?"
Where the hell did that axe come from? Great sword. Axe. I forgot what you
What's
were
an axe?
It's an axe.
Once had a great sword.
No, you didn't.
God.
No, he didn't.
Imagine what would be
He explained it once, but I think it was his imagination that he just wanted there for a reference.
It's just
I've I've always wanted one. I think that's why.
Bree, come here.
This is concerned.
You know, like when a little kid has done something wrong and you tell them to come over,
Yeah.
and they kind of do that, like
Nope.
one step, come closer, kind of like peek up. I'm gonna slowly come over.
Trying to figure out what the fuck that was from. Yeah. Yeah, so Bree slowly starts making her way over.
I'll call my axe back and just stick it into
It just disappears and comes back, right? It doesn't
No, it just shows.
It doesn't like boomerang back.
So I'll appear and shove into the ground and then just take a seat.
Wait a second, you made all this fuss about Body taking your sword and you could do that the whole time? That's bullshit.
Watch your mouth, kid.
Huh?
So watch your mouth, kid.
Oh, actually, while I'm sitting there, I will start carving into the axe.
What are you carving?
The same things that were on my sword.
Oh, okay.
What? A rock.
A rock? We didn't bring any
With
of those.
a rock.
Okay.
What? It's not like
Okay.
a fucking. It's not like this really nice thing.
It's
just
okay.
like
Okay.
I'm literally scratching it. It's not.
So Zephyr, what's going on?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Awesome.
If you wish to strike me down, go ahead. I don't have any weapons.
All this foreplay. Just out with it already. It's exhausting.
Most people enjoy
What
it.
happened?
I'll tell you from the beginning.
I'm gonna go off camera. Just sit down for a little bit.
I received an order from my boss, you could say, at the time. My boss says that the Ox people have something that belongs to him. Specifically a woman named Babu. So my brother and I, we need to do what he asks, so
And we had a brother.
he's dead now. We went to have a drink. We met in Bern and Vistra there. They were not sure what to do or where to go. Neither was Inda, but he did what he likes to do. Tried to make some coin. We used this to our advantage and tricked him to coming with us, even though he probably wanted to anyway. Richard disappeared. I don't know where he went.
What do you mean?
What Baron says
He
about
went to the bathroom.
what Baron says about Vistra is true. He disappeared. We don't know where he went, truly. He was there, and then he wasn't. It was almost as if Dalbaz took him. This could happen to a human in a tiefling place, as you know.
He was a trained monk.
This is true, but there are many, many powerful tieflings in Dalbaz. Anyways, we decided that we would go the next day, that we would trick them into coming with us to your people, to Babu. We figured we would use them as fodder if necessary. So we did. Baron and Inda unknowingly distracted Babu as my brother and I came upon her and did the calves. We were not trying to kill him. We were trying to find the bauble that he was looking for. It wasn't there. My brother got ahead of himself and attacked a bubble.
Did she say anything?
Well,
Anything you can understand?
she asked what we were doing there, but she did not have much time to react. She wounded him badly enough to kill him. He did not die there, though. I watched him suffer. Poisoned. Something. Some sort of magic. She had a fire going. She was sticking flames, the child's head into the flames. I don't understand, but you might understand it. Anyways, as the commotion was happening, I used the opportunity to kill her and the calf. I was enraged at this point. I did not find the ball, even though we looked for it. I don't know where it is, if it even existed at all.
Joe, do you have down what specifically they asked you to find?
That's what it was.
What did they call it? I can't find the. That's what I've been looking for. I can't remember, like, exactly the wording of what it was.
I'm pretty sure I have the sheet at my house, so I can probably let you know later. But I don't remember it having any sort of description.
They didn't describe what it looked like.
You said it was an orb, like a glass orb.
So, what they told. Would you be willing to say this to Buddy?
Yeah.
So what they told you was that, I want to say, I don't remember the exact phrasing because I can't find it, but it was, they told you that the Ox people and someone named Babu had a sphere of protection. I don't know if protection was the right word, but it was something. It was a sphere of something. They assumed it was a bauble. When they say that, when you say that phrase and you hear it, Badi, and in your mind, you translate it to free speak, it's metaphorical. The sphere of protection, so called, is the Ox people's willingness to protect one another, and that you do know is their true strength. And then you can imagine why these tieflings wouldn't understand that, right? And they would assume it was a bauble or a trinket. Maybe I take that with what it is, but you now all understand not only all that, but that the whole thing started with a mistranslation and a misunderstanding of what it meant.
And you attest to all of this in
I was under the impression that I was showing them where the campsite was. This is a little bit eye-opening for me as well. I was to die.
If necessary.
And I saved your brother. Or tried to.
Well, he died anyway.
And what of the innocent calves?
None survived until tonight. That was the other calf that you saw. It remembered you.
Suppose must have.
But Inda was innocent in all this. I assure you of that.
It seems to me that
So was Ben.
how did Ben react?
They did not.
He was inconsolable.
They did not witness me do this to the child or to Babu. They must have assumed. I'm sure.
I saw some of the aftermath, but I was never sure.
But they did not witness it. I made sure nobody could see.
What happened to her body? You
ox woman, like Babu used to say.
She was the anything while she burned.
Just the smoke. She was in pain. She may not have even died from that. Did not stay and watch. I wanted to find the object and try to save my brother from death. I am sorry for what it is worth. It was not my intention going there to murder. It just happened that way.
Yes, it often does. I did not mean to kill when I walked into that town in the hills. Yeah.
And Bree,
It's your passive perception.
Yes.
13.
I know you did not mean to kill the cat tonight either.
Of course not.
Been traveling with you long enough to know this.
I do not mean to know.
Tura, as you are listening to this, something out of the corner of your eye catches your attention. You turn your head to look, and you see what appears to be a shimmering shape over the water. Different, not quite just the moonlight reflecting off. And as you look longer, it coalesces into the shape of an old ox woman. Old, like ratty looking old, right? Like pieces of fur. You can see just barely, because it's a bit of a ways out. Missing teeth, the mouth kind of hanging open. But you clearly see this like spectral image out across the water.
Buddy, is that your grandmother? On point.
I look.
That is Nana Babu.
She looks the same as the last time I saw her.
Oh yeah.
She doing anything?
She is, they're kind of floating and not in one spot. It's kind of like this shifting that she's doing. And literally like her head hanging kind of slack-jawed. Like the missing teeth, the couple little snaggly teeth that she has there. And her fur seems to be affected by wind that you don't necessarily feel.
How far away is it?
Less far away than it was a moment ago as she slowly starts drifting in your direction.
Give me a recollection of like the ghosts that we fought. Is there something similar or ethereal to that nature?
Roll an Arcana check for me.
14.
This is super different. It's different from the ghosts you saw. It's also considerably different from when grandfather shows up. There's something less material about this. It's kind of shifting, almost like in and out of existence, even as she moves closer to you. Although, as she moves closer and steps off the shore, it's more ghost-like. But still different, I think. Still not a ghost like you saw, but that kind of wobbly waviness, that drifting in and out, that I can see her, then I can't. When she steps past the threshold of the river, she starts walking instead of floating. Still kind of like slack jaw, but you see the corners of her mouth kind of curl up to that fucking shitty sneer she always had. And when she reaches her hand and it comes back around, you will see a severed head. Severed head of a tiefling, mouth agape, blood still dripping from its neck.
Is it also ghostly?
It is.
Okay.
Yes, the same immaterialness that she has. It's the head of your brother.
Oh, fuck.
Lets out a silent laugh. Turns back around. No pouch or anything, just kind of like tucks it behind where you can't see, and then it's not there as she turns back around to the lot of you. Takes a few step backs, entirely soundlessly, trips, falls into the water, and is gone.
That was Elias, my brother.
But you said he.
Out of the center of the river, this huge torrent of water shoots up. You see water start spraying as you all kind of jump. The boat, even though it wasn't in the water, right? The water pushes enough that it kind of rocks and settles back down. Something plops, splats down on the ground. Not 15 feet away from where the lot of you are. You all look. It's the body of the woman that stabbed herself in the throat during the funeral.
Who is that?
That is the mother.
Mother of who?
The child. The children that were murdered.
Is she alive?
I assume not.
Broken, twisted up. I mean, she fucking splat when she hit the ground. She was shot probably 80 feet into the air and just ass over end limp.
I don't mean now. I meant the last time you saw her.
She murdered herself out of grief or custom and was pushed into the river.
Gotcha.
That was downriver.
I am more curious of what threw her out. Did river spit her out?
The river
The
goes
river
the other
swallowed-
way.
The river swallowed Baron.
The river goes the other way.
The river summons Babu. Or does Babu do what she will?
I have to forgive Nia. Does not know that she's dead.
The body starts to fucking move.
Oh,
Oh, good.
Twists herself, almost like a tearing sound, almost as if tearing in half as the body turns and sits up.
Fireball.
Kill, yeah.
I-
Kill
I-
it.
Fireball!
Kill
Yes.
the fire.
Okay.
I would at this point reach for my armor and my weapon.
It-
11 minutes.
You see this creature
Oh my
as all of a
God.
sudden
Just like
it absolutely is obliterated by this fireball. There's no dex save for this thing, right?
For a zombie.
It is entirely
For zombie box.
obliterated.
Was it pointed somewhere?
It
Zombie
pointed,
box?
opened its mouth as if it was about to say something, and was absolutely leaving just scorched earth underneath. Little bit
And I'm sure glad I wasn't going to say anything.
what direction is it
towards the lot of you, as if it was about to like address you, but it did not get a chance to.
Wait, I gotta see my sword. I do.
Oh my god!
What's the opposite of a unicorn?
Fucking right all
Yes.
night.
What's the opposite? What's a
Devil?
nether even genie?
Oh, that's no fun. We're in combat. I just get to maximize the damage of my next spell for the next minute. That's fun, but
Doing
when
a
I'm in
fireball.
combat, it sucks.
Do it fireball.
Yeah, do max damage. That'd be great.
Do it tallies.
Wait, how much would a max fireball do?
48.
Yeah, there's just chunks of this
I
one.
could kill you. Okay.
No.
You can make the dex save.
I'm paralyzed in fear.
Yeah, that.
Confused.
What was that? You do that every time somebody does new stuff. What
Not
was-
I
defined.
don't think you meant me.
I meant a creature.
Isn't that your thing?
I don't do good with undead. Don't do good with undead.
I think it might be time to go.
It did not even speak to us.
It does not matter. It was an abomination. It deserved to be sent back to wherever it came from.
Yeah. It came up the river.
I heard you, child.
It's what?
That magic is not.
Not what?
Oh no.
Oh no.
You know what?
What, did you read this in a book too?
You haven't?
No. Things come back to life.
Yes, you're not supposed to do that.
Come back to life or blow it up on fire.
Both.
What are you
Tomorrow
supposed to
morning,
do?
We should take the river down. But where do we go?
All the way.
All the way.
All the way.
How far does the river go?
We should start making a map. The world.
Sounds like there should be a CCR song.
You cut it down, then you'll never know.
You want to travel on this river that flows against nature and spits out dead corpses. Are you insane?
And elementals.
Yeah, I think most proven are a little bit insane.
Well, what other thing do you suggest? Because
Please don't
we cannot
suggest
go
walkers.
back to the tribe. Buddy's tribe will eventually find out what we did.
I am all for figuring out why the river is behaving this way, but traveling on it does not seem to be the smartest idea.
How could we figure it out without doing this?
Make sure it's not
Walk
still.
next to it.
You check some of the chunks. Seems
Well done.
to just be charred chunks at this point. Yeah.
How far was it from us?
15 feet.
Gristle.
Why?
20-foot radius.
You could have shot right behind.
I
you.
would have, yes.
Yeah.
I would have made
Which
sure we
definitely
were
means
not-
a lot of chunks were shot towards you.
There would be some heat that hit us.
Heat,
But no
yes.
damage. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah.
We're right on the edge.
Just
It would
cross.
have been hot.
If we go south,
We cleared a lot of grass away.
go back to the cities, but I don't think we should do that. We should go to your university.
Ooh. I like new places.
I believe the river is angry. It is trying to tell us something.
I go talk to it.
Demons in the river, floating upstream, taking your comrade and corrupting him, taking him drowned, dragging him down into the depths, throwing deceased bodies of your clan at us. Everything about this is wrong.
I'm still shut here.
I
She
don't,
needs our help.
Bear touched the face of Musa. This is why.
Still Bear's fault.
I don't mean this in a joking way.
I told him not to, and he still did it.
Okay.
Oh, can
I
either
will
of
hold
you,
that against him forever.
can either of you talk to the river?
I
What
can
do
try.
you mean, talk to the river? We're all talking to the river.
Not you, Badi or Turok. Like, is the river sick?
Are you sick in the head for even saying that? It is a river. How could it be sick?
Doing things that rivers don't normally do.
Has anything like this? Would I have ever read anything about something like this happening on the river? Where?
We're puking out zombies. I don't know.
It happened to us.
Oh, I want you.
Demons
So I want you
flying
to
out of the
roll.
river before you came along.
I guess history would be an intelligence base. I guess history check for me.
6.
17.
Nice.
There was a student at the university who studied two things. This was absolutely the things that he was interested in. Okay? He was interested in the river, and he was interested in witch magic. And he got kicked out of the university for it. It made the tieflings from the city very uncomfortable, and the university was pressured to reject him. The only individual that you know that was like rejected from the university because of what they had decided to study.
Would I know their name?
You literally just know that. I don't think you knew them well, but you just know that people refer to them as reject.
Even from the books, like they didn't put his name
Oh
on.
no. Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh.
Tell us this out loud. Well, I still don't. I wouldn't know, but the rest of them know. You said that out
That
loud.
stupid hick.
Those rejected.
Stupid hick. Wow.
Tiefling I met in that witch village and tried to show them where the barn they could sleep at night. Someone tried to steal it from them.
I didn't try to steal from. Okay. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm not gonna tell exactly.
You weren't there.
But I am gonna go over to the river.
I love the long game, guys. You don't even know. You don't know how much I love
Of course.
the long
Richard,
game.
of course.
They call me reject.
Real funny, man. We tell you modified memory. That is too funny.
Can I go and see if there are any animals, fish, frogs, or anything that are in the river that are like near the bank?
Yeah, roll a nature check.
I like turtles.
A turtle, anything.
Chose to me speaking backward Latin.
13.
Yeah, there are little fish around. There's a turtle. Yeah, I think 13. I can give you a turtle.
I cast speak with animals and a ritual after a couple minutes and kind of talk with some of these river creatures to try and figure out.
Does anyone else want to do anything while
That's
he's
gonna take a
ritual
while.
casting?
I'm going to.
I will.
Inspire him by doing Carl hands and saying, I did not steal from him. I am a good person.
I will ritual cast detect magic to see if any of the body parts are magical that fall off this thing that I just blew up.
No.
You get D8.
The body parts.
I don't search.
Well, I mean, you're ritual casting too.
Still a check.
Yeah. No, I know. I mean, it's taking a while, but
I'll use Divine Sense and walk around where Nana came up,
Sure.
and also where the body.
yeah, nothing weird. Okay, so you can do speak with animals.
Just asking them general questions about, has this ever happened before, where the river changes direction?
I don't know, just a little turtle. I don't think. Oh, that's not a word. That's comment. I don't think so.
Have you seen anything in the river that?
What is it doing?
It's a little flippers to the side, and
Turtles
it's doing that little.
Turtles are fast,
Stay
tortoises
still.
are slow.
Yeah, it's really pretty quick, man.
Have you seen any creatures in the river that are not normally here? That any new creatures in the river?
Well, I'm pretty new to the river myself, and nope. There was a big fish that tried to eat me, and I swam away. Nothing any weirder than that, though.
Thank you. We're getting sued now. Big
Great.
Mouse is coming out.
I'm a turtle. What? Why do I have this big ears? I'm a turtle.
Damn it. It's going so well.
Just kidding.
Anything else?
Kill this turtle.
Why'd the power go?
Walter will come for us.
SWAT teams break down windows.
Did you see the body of that large ox woman as it was swimming upstream?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Did you see what threw it out of the river?
I didn't see it going upstream, but I saw it flying through the air.
Was there anything in here
Then it made a spot!
throwing it out?
I don't think so. I didn't see it, and then all of a sudden it just woo.
What sound is the turtle making what do we hear? The turtle say? Well, what sound is
Nothing. I don't think the turtle's making noise. I think it's just.
What's a turtle's intelligence?
1.
How much does it understand actually what happens?
Well, I can speak to it and I can communicate with it, but
Now you probably sound
it knows about like the surroundings. It can tell me
So could
the monsters
It
in
would be
there.
much more fun if
Right.
Rob could do this because it was all big game of charades. It would have been real fun.
All right, I mean, that's all I can really think. That's true.
He can speak to animals.
He's
through
dead. He can
charades.
talk to
Oh,
anyone.
it would have been so much fun.
The opportunities.
I will walk over to Buddy.
What do you want, Cat?
Okay. Who said that?
Me.
Okay.
Every time anything happens, you just see.
Talia goes over to Badi.
I'll try. I'll motion pull her aside. There's something wrong with the river. There was a book that I read once.
Are you lagging?
Oh man.
Alright,
I'm listening.
No, it's cool. I'm done.
Done.
So you just stop talking.
Yeah, just stop. There's a book. Yeah.
What kind of book?
What is this book? Book.
what did this book say?
Sorry.
Do you have the book?
Can we run around?
Yes, I am. Can I read the book?
No. Yeah.
Was it in another language?
Speaking of, what other languages do you speak?
I don't speak any of
Because you didn't pick one.
them.
Get out of here.
He does. He has one that he doesn't.
Yeah, you better pick it soon. Pick it now.
I'm gonna start pushing the raft. In the
Right now.
Okay. Badi starts pushing the raft towards the river. Kind of difficult. It's muddy. It's sticking, but you're trying to get it in.
Where are you going?
Point south.
Well, I guess Buddy doesn't want to walk either, Toro.
Get on the raft.
Oh, we're going now?
It's supposed to end.
It's nighttime.
We could sleep on the raft.
We've done it before.
But we're gonna float by the village. We're upstream right now.
The village isn't gonna move.
What if they see us?
When do you
Like,
think?
what's that? Filled arrows.
So do you think they're more likely to do that during the night or during the day?
What village?
Your village.
That's further to the side. It's not directly by the village anyway.
Yeah, you're still a bit further up. You still haven't hit Falandar yet, if you're back up where the raft was. So.
Besides, the Perkirkutri
So we'll
village.
go by the village during the
The
day.
Perkirkutri village is considerably further away from.
I think he means the camp, right?
Well, the camp's not on the river either.
It's not. It's
No, I
further
know, but I
away.
think that's what he
Oh, I thought it was close enough to the river.
Not that close.
We were
No.
near the river when we first found something. They were
Yeah.
It's at least.
session 0 the river. So that's why I assumed it was right there.
Their village is right on the river, but this is the moving camp, and they're kind of camped a few miles
Gotcha.
in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dailies.
And our village is south of Dawes, so it's
Right.
pretty far.
Yeah. The village itself is
Oh,
a bit
so
further
okay.
south. Yeah.
Telius,
Yeah.
what did this book say?
It's just a book about witch magic. River. The man who wrote it is no longer allowed at the university.
Why not?
I guess it made people uncomfortable.
Who was it? He wrote it?
So, this man writes a book about the river and witch magic. How does he even know anything about those things?
That's what he studied. So I guess
How does he study this?
I mean, I assume he must have saw a few things.
I suppose.
By being around the river, I'm sure it happened. That was a cat.
Let's get on the raft.
Okay. I think his name was Reject. They called him
I'm sorry. What's his name? Teddy?
Reject.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie to me. Reject.
I don't think that was his actual name. I just
Wait.
think
Is there a
that-
T at the end or no?
Wait, do you know this person?
No.
We met him at once.
That guy?
I hope not.
Like in episode 2.
Big then.
So we should go talk to him. If he wrote this book on witch magic in the river,
I don't know if this man wrote the
This
book.
man was a fool.
that's not a common name.
They call
How
him
do you know-
rejected
how do you
because
know
he's
this?
rejected from the university.
How do you know that's not a common name? That could be like.
That's
Is
like
it a common name?
That's like calling him loser.
Yes.
Do you have a better lead to follow?
Wait, but he introduced himself like that? People don't introduce yourself like, hi, I'm a loser. It's not a common name.
He's trying to take
Is there
it back.
T
He's trying to take the power.
T at the end of it? Is it
They would have just called him the Reject.
the Reject?
Yeah.
If you have a better suggestion, what else you would like to go?
Except when they use the axe.
I don't know if I
Down
have
south.
a better suggestion, but
It
this
sounded
man
like
was
Reject.
not the type to write a book about the
Well, if
river.
all you
If we're
do
going-
is
if we're going
criticize
south-
someone else's ideas, I suggest you shut your mouth and get on the raft and let us go.
You didn't even want to get on the
If
raft.
we were going
5
south
minutes ago.
anyway, we may as well stop and see if he's even still in that town, which no, I can't even remember.
Did you just overrun
What have I ever?
He was also the first person in the campaign to mention the university.
Was I ever?
would
Did I ever see him?
Yeah, you probably you would. I mean, definitely you're an elf, right? Like you would have been alive in there studying when
So I
he
can
was,
remember.
but
I already looks like him.
it didn't really interest you very much until he wasn't like some big deal until he got kicked out. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of
But
like
would I remember what he looked? At least a vague idea.
probably.
What did this man look like?
So I'll try and explain the best of my knowledge.
He looks like. Go back to episode 2 to see a description of this guy. I know,
He's in orange teeth, looks like a mohawk of.
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, Kayla, you're so good with those notes.
That's what I said though.
If anyone out
Follow
there
through,
has
the
like
third of circles.
a notebook or a pencil company or something, Kayla will rock the shit out of that if you want to sponsor us. Just saying.
Talk to Reject.
Staples.
He's the one who was around and told us about the witch hunters.
They're gonna give us a place to sleep for the night. Until someone
You don't know that.
help sleep.
You don't know that.
This is meta.
Your angel told you.
Yes. Intentions were good, didn't turn out that way.
We can continue.
I'll try to explain it to all of them. Just my knowledge.
Yeah, definitely.
So
You guys hang out in the evening then?
we have he's described as
Wait, is that the village
fucking
Knockdinen?
him. It's that guy.
We need to go there.
Can we sleep?
We're going by that. We're going by there anyway on the way. So
This is fun.
We'll stop. We'll stop there.
We should go to that. From your stories, that we're not died.
So he died. That's not where he is.
It doesn't matter where he died. It's special.
Okay.
Not special.
It is.
It is a
The
great
place someone
It
died.
is
That's
not
where
that.
his soul
He's
left his
buried
body.
outside of. He's not buried. His bones are outside of Maggot Town.
But that's where his soul left his body. They could help. We could find some sort of clue as to what took his soul.
A crossbow bolt took his soul.
No, that made his soul leave his body. There's a difference. Unless it was some
We're
sort of
going down there
magical.
now.
Unless it was some sort of magical
Across
crossbow.
the flag of Bairn's old ratted clothes up. It's yellow and black. It's flowing in the wind.
Or is it?
It's brown.
You guys
It was black and yellow. Yes.
as you guys head out onto head out onto the head onto the Shankira on the Grey Axe. Okay. What is the plan? It is fully well into the night at this point.
The plan is to
All fall asleep on the raft and not have any watches at all.
the plan is to go all the way to a town, Kayla, where
What's the town name?
the one where reject.
That is not on the river, my friend. That is
No, that was far. That was west.
inland.
Oh, we're out of luck. He's out of luck. We're out of luck there.
Golanine.
That's where reject was.
No, that's where
That's the one where the
it's
maggots.
buried.
Yeah.
It's not near the river. The river?
It is also not near the river.
Demonetized.
It is up in
It's not
those weird.
Dalbas.
It's up in those weird plateau-like hills. It's a village out west from Dalbas.
Yeah, I don't think we found
Ah, a
out.
small village among the trees.
And that
Oh,
was-
we're not there very long.
And that was not on the river, even closer.
Passing
No,
through the
no,
town,
no.
one hut with a light
Travels a
on.
ways.
How far? Where north of Valenjar?
Yeah. Yep.
We're up there.
Yep.
Yeah, we were to go all the way down.
Yeah, you are somewhere between Chalngar and Falendar.
We pulled this baby over right after the dam.
Yeah.
Right.
We waited until they. We were listening to them. After they told us to.
So is that all over your craft?
Alright, what are we doing for the night?
If you want to travel on the raft, we can sleep on the raft. I will take the last watch, and if we get in trouble, if we need to not be seen, we can travel under cloak of mist
I'll take the first watch.
for the evening.
Okay, we're gonna sleep.
Me too.
I'll
Okay.
stay up and watch.
Well, we need somebody to be rowing up, so.
We'll just let the river take us.
Oh, you look at me. I got those. You know, like the little Mickey Mouse cartoons with like you do the muscle. Like,
Is it fast though?
Alright,
It is not. It is decidedly slow moving in this part.
I will.
It is after
the
the
elf will row.
not surf.
Tali Slave.
I will. Man, I told you not in my hair. Dude. Not in my hair. She said.
Demonetized.
The wonderful high class humor you will get on this podcast.
Subscribe. That's usually not in the eye.
This is
Someone
escalating.
was saying
quickly.
something about the game.
Anyway,
He's
yeah,
rowing.
I'm rowing.
You're both rowing. Alright.
We need 2 rowers.
You started.
2 points of exhaustion for
I'm
everybody.
in trouble.
My
Nobody
feet are
sleeps.
so tired. I wish I could sit down, guys.
Just sit down then. Sit down. It's good for the phone book.
Good for you.
Here's the top half of my head, stream viewers.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
It's like
You're rowing
kill
first.
away.
You were rowing
He
first.
said he was taking last watch.
Okay, then I don't know why you're rowing.
You guys tell me what
I
you're
don't know why
doing.
you're rowing if you're last
I
watch.
mean, I'll sleep last.
That means I have to sleep.
Are you
on
on
the
last
row.
watch or first watch?
I'm on
So now
first
you
watch, but cannot row because I am small.
Who's on first?
You can
Me.
row.
Am I?
You can
If
row.
you
You just
need
have to
a four-
steer us.
10 on second.
Just stop us from keep us in the middle.
I don't need to sleep until the end.
I'll sleep for.
Okay.
I'll meditate for the first 4, and then I'll take the rowing and the rest of the trip.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Who's taking first watch?
I am. I've
Three.
said that 3 times.
Alone?
No, I'm staying.
Okay. Alright. So one of you can make a perception check at advantage, or both of you can make perception
Do dark
checks.
vision?
I do.
You should do it then.
Because then you can actually have advantage.
Whoa.
Whoa! See, that's the problem.
That's
That's
a
when I go ham at it, it goes forward. That is literally 1. Yes.
24.
Okay. It is rather slow going. And even as you're, rowing and moving along at a rather sluggish pace at this point. It is towards the beginning of the rainy season, but it's not full on yet. So definitely the river's starting to get up, but you know it's going to be growing quite a bit in the times to come. It is a clear evening. There are not clouds in the sky. It is beautiful. You drive past where you know. I don't know why I always go with car metaphors with this, guys. You drive past where you know the Ox people's camp to be, and continue moving on further southward. Nothing accosts you, nothing bothers you. It's actually a rather beautiful night, even with all things that have happened. Just taking a second.
I will.
Okay.
So we're woken up, man. I don't know.
Wake up. Wake up, buddy.
Surge.
You have to.
Grandma, wake up.
It's an odd thing.
Alright, one of you can make a perception check at advantage.
It's all you.
But that's all.
Alright, so straight roll, because advantage,
9.
disadvantage. Do 9. You all die. Because you rolled in.
Oh, wait, 10.
Oh, that actually makes a
Oh,
difference right
alright.
Yeah, man, don't let
Thank
that would have saved Nox's life.
And there we have it, folks. We'll see you in the next season of Icosacast.
With new campaign, new characters.
You're getting nailed to a wall the entire game.
So you're, spending a lot of your time rowing as you go and trying to get some distance as you move further and further south. You move down and see off in the distance those high, strange, plateau-like growths out of the ground. These big pillars of stone and earth sticking up. Beyond... Oh wait, no you don't. That's lower than Fallandar. No, it's just a pretty day. That's it. That's all you get. Sorry. No, you don't see that at all. Okay.
Third watch.
Your watch has ended. Who's third?
Oh, it's a nice art piece, and that's fine.
I don't know, seriously, whatever. We have stuff to talk about, but it's fine.
It's fine.
I'll be open on
Didn't say anything.
Okay.
For,
We just looked at each
Alias
other.
and Tanaki, the two people,
Yes.
as far as I'm concerned, you have the same name. Someone can roll advantage. Or
Are you
yada,
giving me
yada, yada.
advantage?
do you have dark vision?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What
am I rolling?
Percent.
Dirty 20.
Oh.
Super muddy.
Okay. As you are going, and it's getting towards the early hours of the morning, towards this final watch. As the sun starts to rise, on what appears like it's going to be another rather clear, beautiful day, for all intents and purposes. You see off in the distance.
Sorry, I have an idea what I'm doing in the morning. I just can't wait. So
You're 15. You're 15. We all know what it is. Do it with a side.
Alright, you guys. It's been fun.
Tony.
What?
Right on his ears.
They don't know what it is.
Oh my god. Understood. Thank you.
That's not what I'm gonna do. Wire.
Be more adventurous.
Yeah.
You see off the light hitting the bell atop the Kaifen as you realize you are getting into view of Fallandar. You realize also that these towns are actually rather close together when you're not traveling up through. When you're going straight down the river.
What town?
Fallen
Oh, Fallandar? Okay.
You hit a what for?
That was up there.
20.
Oh yeah. So also, as you're getting closer, you notice something on the shore of the river. How closer do you get towards it? Towards that shore?
I try to. Well, you're staring, so how close do you feel?
Can I? Oh, in the middle. I don't know where, like how wide it is.
It's pretty
Where
wide.
do you go?
It's definitely widening back out down this way. So
So we'd want to be on the opposite side.
Put your hazards on first.
We'll be like slightly closer to the city side.
this is okay.
Put them two from the way.
So yeah, you're kind of going in, seeing what you can see towards Fallendar, by far the smallest town that you've been to. And as you get a little bit closer, you notice something on its bank. And at first, you swear it appears to be a creature of some sort, maybe an octopus-like creature with multiple things coming out of it. But then you realize the form itself, it's actually more just like blob-like. It's not actually like defined tentacles. And then you realize, oh wait, no, it's not a blob at all. It's a woman. There's just a woman sitting in the water, sitting up and watching you as you're going past. A tiefling woman.
She looks familiar.
With tentacles?
No. Just a woman.
Would it look anything like the transformations he makes?
No, I don't think you really saw a transformation, right? It's almost like you looked and you swear you saw these dark shapes around. And then as you're looking and trying to clear your eyes, it's just a woman.
Maybe it was nice.
As you wave, she's sitting and she watches you, and she waves back. Tiefling woman.
How far away are we?
You're sleeping, but you guys are.
Thanks.
You're sleeping.
I cast a message saying, "Good morning. How are you?"
You do?
Yep. 120 feet. Oh, that's not that way, right?
Sure. Yeah. 120 feet. Sure. So you're within
She's
150
gonna
feet.
take over right now.
This is during their wash.
Yeah.
Okay.
She responds and says, "I'm quite well, thank you.
That's the evil.
Would you like to come and visit our town?"
No, I'm good. We're important travel to do.
Well, all right. I'll find your way here on another trip, I'm sure. And give you a nice wave. As you kind of drift forward, you know she's rather finely. She's rather finely dressed. In truth, I mean, not in all the ridges, but compared to other people from the valley, although she is sitting kind of like waist deep in water, as she's just like water splashing off as she's waving to you as you continue on. Okay. With that, you all come to consciousness in the morning.
So to wake everybody up,
Don't do it. That's really gross.
I'm going to go to the side of the raft. Take the rod of reverse gravity, stick it in the water, click it on, and then click it off so it shoots a whole bunch of water off onto us, like a shower in the morning.
Does it capsize the raft?
No. I'm not that deep in the water, so it wouldn't be that much water. Like I would,
Water.
It'd be like,
I think the boat it displaces enough at first that the boat kind of goes.
it'd be like,
So,
it'd be like
like,
2
just-
inches of water.
Yeah, just a little bit, so you guys kind of dip a little bit, and you kind of
I kill you.
all start to wake up, and then water just kind of splashes down on a bunch of you as you're sleeping.
What the fuck? To knock
Good morning. A shower is the best way to wake up in the morning.
Not with your armor on.
The cold one, right?
You slept with it on. That's not my fault.
Because I was not getting wet in my sleep.
Well, that's not what I had planned for the morning.
Do you even sink?
I can swim and fly, so.
I think he means if you're dead.
you.
I'm just gonna wipe my blade with the nose rag.
Sure.
That is the best gift
Oh.
I ever gave to somebody.
Only cost you half a face.
More.
Lots of flash.
Yep.
As you are all
£4.5
moving southward, you are now among those tall pillars of stone and earth that you know houses
I'm
Gulunin.
gonna drink that.
We were invited to Falindar.
What?
What do you mean we were invited?
There was a woman on the bank while we were drifting by.
Don't talk to strangers.
I just said hi.
I'm talking to strangers.
How did you speak to this woman?
I sent a message.
You used your magic to talk to her.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh.
even know her.
I said hi.
We'll save it for later. But that was technically a spell, and you probably should have searched.
Cantrip. I was careful.
Yeah.
Cantrip.
Because she was sitting in water, and I thought I saw something odd.
What did this woman
Would I
look
put
like?
two and two together
tiefling.
that, or could I put two and two together that she
That is
might
racist
actually
enough.
be one of the
Oh, shit.
That is racist.
or sister?
I didn't say she looked like a devil. That would have been
I didn't
racist.
have to ask you that question.
You suspect.
guys.
I don't think you have. You don't have any outside knowledge other than what we've told on the table about that.
Alright, I'm gonna start my research on that.
Okay.
On the river itself and the demons that live in it.
Can you hear this?
He says devil eyes here. I hear him say the word. That's fine. This is fine.
It's like if I say, he says, oh, what did this human look like? And I say, oh, he looked like a human.
So you look like a standing pig.
They asked me what the tiefling looked like. The tiefling looked like. She looked like a tiefling. So it was racist. So I said no. At least I didn't say she looked like a devil.
Oh. Well,
What are you laughing for?
Did she have
Elf.
horns? Were they?
I'll
Was she?
explain
What
she-
color was her skin?
I'll
Yeah,
explain
she
what
had
looked
horns. She's a
like.
tiefling.
I'll explain what she looked like to them so they.
Sure. Any explain
She had blue skin.
Does she look anything like the witch that I met?
Water.
He's being an edgy teenager.
No. She was older. Not an old
myself.
one, but probably a bit past middle age.
Very polite.
Very polite. A dark blue skin. And kind of like almost like hard to see from the distance you were at with her long black hair that went down, but almost like Darth Maul horns that kind of like around the head.
He's just a teenager that learned some edgy words and wants to use them. Looking.
By the way, I'm drawing and noting all the stuff that we're
Sure.
seeing through.
This is the time we're supposed to write down that description because I'm not going to remember if you ever.
Isn't Bolonine the one that the wife is the or was it?
Falindar?
Bologna.
Yes, it was.
Going in the hotel.
So that it was Falindar you passed, and Falindar was the one that you met, the husband of the Yaga, but you never met the Yaga. She was always out.
That was
I don't know anything about her crazy water. These creepy hearts.
And I wasn't there.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yes, you were.
Me?
Tanaki? Sure you were. Yeah, you were there by Falindar.
And then they met me at the next town.
No, they met you they met you when he still had a face.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
you were
right.
first
I
town.
reversed.
You were
You
about-
reversed towns. Yeah,
You were
this
the-
is
Yeah.
if Chalmagar is town number 1, Falindar is town number 2, like top to bottom. Month 2, so it's
Met me in like Moped.
Moped.
Moped was down.
yeah.
That's
Moped will be the next because you won't see Golonin,
Right.
because it's up
So we are not going to stop at
across.
that town.
But you are going to be passing
Or are
Moped.
we?
No, we're going to the university.
Hypothetically, rather soon.
Bugs in the.
We want to
Do you remember the man
Popo?
The man.
in
Two.
Falindar, the Yaga, who says his wife, well, the husband of the Yaga?
How about the bug man with the pianist?
Oh, yeah, that's the one. I was sneaking outside
I
listening
didn't
to
kill
the
anyone
conversation.
Falindar.
No, you didn't. Good job.
Me neither.
You didn't kill Mungus.
The longest Bolonine at the hilltop.
Oh, it was
I
Golden.
remember-
Oh yes. No,
Remember every
no,
time I ever killed Matt, don't
Look.
Right. nobody died in Falindar. That's right.
I'm not telling you in soup. Actually, I didn't kill Mungus. I killed Mungus before the sword.
I think that's.
I mean,
I
you
only
souped Mungus.
I only mildly burned Mungus.
I didn't kill him, the spawn killed him.
Try this, humongous.
That was awesome. That's the best
That's
Go back and watch.
That was really good.
That was episode
Easily
something.
top
I don't
7,
know.
top 1.
6 or 7.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe sooner than maybe like that 4 or 5.
I'm not planning on stopping this raft for any reason.
what if I have
What are we getting to?
never mind.
Rolling.
Get as far away from the herd as I can.
Okay.
Sounds fair.
Bingo.
So you guys continue on the Grey Axe, heading southward past the rises of Goblin Inn. I think that's a good place. It's 10 of 10.
I know.
It's a trap.
We can do it in 10 minutes.
Anything at all.
No, we'll pick it up next time.
Okay.
We will pick it up as you guys move past these rocks and are going to be approaching the place where Zephaniah left half a face. Woohoo! You guys got a lot today. Hey, I think we got a lot of lore dumpiness, but it didn't come out so lore dumpy, you know what I mean? We got a whole bunch of Zephaniah backstory. You guys finally learned what happened in their session 0. That was great. That was awesome. Somebody commented, "Holy backstory, Batman."
That was you.
It was me. I'm in chat, guys. Chat with me.
What day is it?
So it is now the
Yeah.
5th day.
Smooth time.
Brarin,
Sorry.
the 5th day of Golden.
It's the 5th day of one.
Mumble.
I didn't get one of those.
I made this.
Yours? I printed one.
Is it a
Yeah, Mike has
or
one.
a calendar?
I didn't want to print like 7 copies if people weren't going to all
Joe's
use them,
like
so I
that
printed
one
one
all
for
day.
me and then one
Yeah.
at the party, but you guys are...
All day.
So this is sleepy time. Oh, morning.
Morning, yes. After river ride.
Sleep.
I would share my
Was
calendar.
the murder only the day before?
I would share the calendar Google Doc I have with you, but I'm not showing you what the name of all the towns are because you guys don't know yet.
Yeah.
Although
Are there 12?
6
are,
and 6
do you know if there's
descended.
12 months?
There's
there are
10
10
months.
months.
There's 10 months.
Are those rocks?
There are 10 months.
No.
Your characters sure know what all months are called.
Good enough for me.
I have a mini back, man.
Was it?
I have a mini back.
Yeah.
The unicorn stole me away.
Right.
No. Yep. Thank you everyone for watching.
Indeed.
Next week we're gonna have two less people at the table.
What?
And fuck them off.
We're gonna be in New Mexico.
New Mexico. February break.
So chances are they'll both die. See you next week. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, hey, what?
I'll have a backup ready when I come back,
There you
just in case.
I'll have another backup.